spies, there were also 12 leaders among the people. So Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran according to the command of the Lord. All of them were men who were heads of the children of Israel. So these were leaders, these were great men, each of the 12 tribes of Israel. And they were people of responsibility. Yet all these 12 great men, 10 said that there are giants in the land, and the giants are very big. Sino nga naman ang higante na maliit? Mga higante malalaki. Ngunit siguro ang mga higante na ito, mas malaki pa sa alam nating higante. They were really big giants. And God judged the 10. So of the 10, hindi na natin narinig ang kanilang mga pangalan. They died in the wilderness. They were judged. At sina Caleb at Joshua, kawawa naman sila, pero hindi naman sinabi ng Panginoon na kawawa sila, but they had to endure the wilderness for 38 more years. Moses had to endure with them. Hindi na nakapasok si Moses sapagkat namatay siya bago sila pumasok. And so Joshua and Caleb had to endure the people of Israel for 38 years. But I believe God is doing a great work now, that the journey is much shorter now, so God has to fast-track people who are like Joshua and Caleb. Ihinahanda tayo ng Panginoon sa mas mabilis na the way. Just so, because these are the last days. And so we are leaders of probably 100 people. If your church is 300 people, 500 people, 200 people, 80 people, 100 people, we are leaders of several hundreds of people. But looking at the children of Israel, who were 1 million at the time, 12 tribes, and 1 million of them, the heads of each of the tribe are leading thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. So the 12 spies are hindi lamang 12 spies na 12 na kalalakihan. These were great men. These were leaders, and they were leading hundreds and thousands of people. So the 12 were leading a million and 1 million plus of people. It's not just 1 million, I believe there were more. There were more. But when we look at 12, 10 out of 12 is 83%. So all the 12 spies, 2 were willing to go in, and 10 spies represent 83%. Sana nga lahat ng mga leaders ngayon ay part of 17% that will go into the land. Because 83%. And so looking at this percentage, it should give us an amount of humility to walk carefully before God. We want to be part of the 17%. Looking at 12, 10 out of 12 is 83%. It's an incredible percentage. Mas marami ang umatras kaysa dalawa na gustong pumasok. And so we read again in Numbers 13 verses 25 to 33. They returned from spying the land after 40 days. And that's why they had all in all 40 years. Now they departed and came back to Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. They brought back word to them and to all the congregation. They showed them the fruit of the land. Ito yung bunga ng ating papasukin sana. Ito nga ang bunga. Kaya nga lang, well, the land where we went, where you sent us, truly flows with milk and honey. Masaganang masagana ang lupa na ito. Ito na nga yung bunga eh. You know, they brought back report of the land flowing with milk and honey. They had fruit out of the land, and yet they still had to say this. Nevertheless, the people who dwell in the land are strong. Malalakas sila. Hindi na nila inisip na malakas ang Panginoon na that brought them out of the land of Egypt by a strong hand. Napakalakas ng Panginoon. Nirelease sila. These 12 spies remember simply 2 years before that God by a strong hand brought them out through the land. They passed through the Red Sea, and yet when they came to the land, sabi nila, the land has people who are strong, but God is stronger. The cities are fortified and very large. Napakalaki ng mga syudad, hindi natin maaaring kunin. But you see, they should have said, the cities are large and it's for us because God wants them to enter into a large land with cities and vineyards that they did not plant. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south. The Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, lahat ng mga tao na nabanggit ng Panginoon na nandoon, binanggit rin nila. Ngunit nakita nila na ang mga taong mga iyon ay mahirap lipulin. The Canaanites dwell by the sea along the banks of the Jordan. And Caleb, with Joshua, quieted the people before Moses and said, "Let us go up at once." Ngayon na, pasok na tayo. And take possession. Kunin na natin. We are able to overcome it. Kaya natin ito. Sapagkat ang Panginoong Diyos siya magdadala sa atin. He will fight for us. They looked at God, but the man who had gone up said, "We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we." And they gave the children of Israel a bad report of the land which they had spied out, saying, "The land will devour us." Kakainin tayo ng lupa na yun. They did not even think that, and Caleb and Joshua said, "They are food for us." Baliktad naman yung dalawa. Yung 10, sabi nila, tayo ay kakainin ng lupa. Sabi ni Caleb at ni Joshua, "These are food for us." Ating kakainin sila. And all the people whom we saw in it are men of great stature. They saw the giants, and we were like grasshoppers in their sight. Para tayong tipaklong na maliliit, sabi nila. So all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried. Na-discourage lahat sila. Paano naman yan? 12 ng mga tao, and 12 nakatayo rito, dadalawa lang magsasabi na, "Kaya natin yan, in the name of the Lord." But 10 of them said, "Oh, mahirap na to. May mga higanti doon. Hindi lahat tayo iiyak." Umiyak sila. They cried. They were discouraged. They complained against Moses and Aaron. The whole congregation said to them, "Namatay na lang na sana tayo sa Ehipto o dun sa ating dinaanan. Why did the Lord bring us to this land to fall by the sword?" Ang ating mga asawa, ating mga anak, sila ang mamamatay. Mas mabuti na lang sana. Bumalik na lang tayo sa Ehipto. So they said to one another, "Let us select a leader and return to Egypt." And this is the situation at this time. When leaders encourage us to go on forward into the victorious church of the last days, maybe we have doubts and say, kaya natin yan. Balik na lang tayo. And they were discouraged. And the expectation, the 10 spies' expectation of the promised land was that they were just simply going to walk into the land and occupy it. Papasok na lang sila. Madali lang yan. Siguro sabi ng 10, madali lang yan. Pasukin na natin, tuturo natin. Sa akin yan, sa akin yan. They did not expect the giants. May mga higante pala doon. At nung nakita nila yung mga higante, natakot sila. When they saw the giants, their hearts melted. At sa ating buhay bilang Kristiyano, may mga higante. God has allowed giants to be there against us. Merong mga kaaway, merong mga higante. At ang mga higante hindi maliliit. Higante ay malalaki. They're strong. They're great. And God intends us to see how big they are, and yet God is much bigger than them. But giants are big, and their hearts melted. But there will be giants in our Christian life. So what kind of people are we? Sino ang kalaban nating katunggali? Maliliit ba? Malalaki? Malalaki. These are giants. Let us be men and women who are prepared to battle, to fight the giants that might come against us. Let's be ready to fight the giants that come against us. Gusto nila, sila ang may-ari sa lupa na para sa atin. Either a ministry, a new work, a new calling. God wants us to take the land. God wants us to go all over the earth and take the land. May mga higante ron. At kailangan lalaban tayo sapagkat hindi maaalis ang mga ito. Kailangan labanan natin sila. May mga higante, malalaking mga tao. There are giants in the land and we have to fight them. We have to fight them. They will taunt us. They will think na pag-aari nila yung So they own the land. Even if it was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they will say that they own the land. And they will not live without a fight. They will not live without a fight. Sino? ang lalaban sa kanila. Sino sa atin ang lalaban sa mga higante? Malaki naman. Siguro maliit lang tayo siguro. Kailangan lumaban tayo. We have to fight. Come on. Do better than that. Hindi pa naalis yung higante. Oh, nakikipag-kaibigan na to. Okay, we have to really drive them out. We have to drive out the giants. They will stop us from getting our inheritance. From the story of David fighting Goliath, si King Saul ang hari noon. At si King Saul, isa siyang matangkad na tao. He was a head higher than all the men there in Israel. But when he was watching Goliath, bakit ang tao na to, na si Saul, nung nakita niya yung higante, bakit hindi lumabas sa kanyang pag-iisip na lalabanan mo siya? He did not have an intention to fight the giant. And he was the king. He was the king. Saul was the king. He was a tall guy. Even if there was a giant, he was the king. And he did not take the challenge. He waited for a teenager, a young David, to take up the challenge. At nang nagpakita si David, sabi niya, wow. And David said, I will do it. And Saul said, kaya mo ba? David said, I can. But Saul never said, I can. And so, leaders, pastors, we are to dive into the battle ahead of others. Sana nga tayong mga leaders, tayong mga pastors, we have to learn how to get into the battle first. Let it be. Because Saul did not fight. The king of the land did not fight. And it's a very sad story for King Saul not to fight. And there again, just like the message this morning, nakaupo na lang si King Saul and he just watched and he waited. Sabi ni G.K. Chesterton, the true soldier, ang totoong hukbo, ang totoong sundalo, fights not because he hates what's in front of him, but because of his love for those behind him. So as a pastor, there are people behind me. As a leader, there are people behind us. And not because we hate what's in front of us. Yes, of course, we need to hate them. But more for the hatred, for what is in front of us is our love for the people behind us. If we love the people behind us, then the leaders are supposed to go forth and dive into the battle. Saul did not have the love of God. Saul did not have a love for the people. Mahal ba natin ang ating mga kapatid? Do we love them? And if God gives us the courage, let us go and fight in behalf of our people. If we love the people. Some of the churches, like many of the churches that we hear, they start the year by seeking God and the promises of God. And once God starts talking, the enemy comes. Nadi-restore po ang church. Merong nag-aaway, merong mga nangyayaring gano'n. And so the enemy does not want us to go forward. The enemy will stop us. Some people will get sick. As Pastor Edwin said last night, they are fighting sicknesses of cancer in the church. And these are giants saying, hanggang dyan na lang kayo. Hindi kayo makakaabante. But we have to say, we are going in. We're going in. We're going to take the land. In spite of the giants, we fight the giants, and we win against them. We are not discouraged, and we will go in. Abraham and Sarah waited 11 to 12 years for the promise. Expectations, we have wrong expectations. A lot of times, tayo ay nanlulupay-pay because our expectations of how things should happen never materialize. Nagpupray tayo sa mga bagay-bagay na nais natin matanggap sa Panginoon. Sabi natin, by this year, mangyayari na yan. Or by next year, mangyayari na yan. Ngayon, hindi nangyari. We get discouraged. And those are wrong expectations. And because of wrong expectations, instead of going forward, we go slow or we stop. Abraham and Sarah waited 12 years nung hindi na sila makapaghintay, siguro ganitong paraan. And so Hagar came into the picture, and Ishmael came into the picture. And yet, God was true to His word. God was true to His word. Their expectation was that, siguro ngayong taon,